Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to the video blog. Today is actually kind of an answer, or kind of the start of a series of answers to post episode number 25, which was taking your requests. Or actually, I think it was the request lines are open or something like that. I don't remember exactly how I put it. My buddy Brad Austin from up in Madison, Wisconsin, runs a radio station up there, left a comment for me suggesting I do some topics on some do's and don'ts, if you will, for artists trying to make it in the business, whether it's approaching radio. And it's kind of funny, and we were talking. In fact, I ran into him today here in Nashville because it is CMA week, and told him I was actually going to break into a series of posts because I'll have a hard enough time getting this done in under 5 minutes, just kind of giving you an introduction. And it kind of ran into a whole story. This is CMA week. I run into a lot of my old radio friends who are in town who haven't seen me in a while. I run into a lot of my music industry folks who not only live outside of town, but who maybe live in town that you don't see very often. Our lives don't interconnect because I spend so much time doing the internet thing. I don't run into a lot of those people. I don't do a lot of the social things they do. So it was funny to run into probably 25 people, and the first question I was about, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And what I found out is I can't explain in 30 seconds exactly what I do. You know, back in the old days, I ran a radio station. I was on the radio. I was a DJ. It was pretty easy to cut and dry. Everybody knew what that was. Now when I say I'm a music business marketing guy, they kind of look at me with a blank stare. And then I say, well, I help expose artists on the internet. Like, oh, okay. Even then, they don't quite get it. And there's so much to it. I don't know who does get it, who doesn't get it, that kind of thing. But this week, we're going to try to answer Brad's question with some tips for artists. And again, if you're not following country music, if you're not in the music industry, you may think it's not of value to you, but I think it does have some everyday use for you possibly branding yourself, for you building exposure for you, for your company in whatever way. We'll talk about that because, like I said, for 27 years, it was people bringing me first, records and then CDs to play on the radio. I decided whether they went on the radio or not. I was one of the gatekeepers, and what's funny is and I run into this all the time, is that artists want to be on the radio so bad, and sometimes it's for all the wrong reasons. Yes, radio can do an amazing thing and can expose music and expose it to so many people when it all works together. But there are many other ways to expose music, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about my theory of it's a marathon and not a sprint, and try to give you an idea of what I do this week. Again, it's not going to be short, it's not going to be sweet, but I've never been that short and sweet to begin with. So I hope it'll be interesting to you. Like I said, this is one of the two biggest weeks in Nashville, at least in the music industry, each year. CMA week, the CMA Awards on Wednesday night at the Sommet Center downtown. Of course, the other week being what used to be called Fanfare is now CMA Music Festival in June. It means not only do I have to do my, what do I do, 50, 60 hours worth of work a week to begin with, but then I have other commitments with artists and things like that out and about that add to it. So again, that's hence the late nature of the blog tonight. Also, too, I suggest you go to my YouTube page, which is I'm user Kevin Mason Music, all one word, youtube.com/Kevin Mason Music. I'm posting some of the videos I took earlier today from Music Row with some of the artists I work with, Joey and Rory. Katie Arminger were performing for some radio folks, and we got some great video behind the scenes, up close video that was kind of cool that I took for them. And I'm not only going to put it on my YouTube page, but going to get it up on their MySpace pages and get it up on their record company page. And so it's going to be a late night, a busy night, and I hope you'll stop by all week long, maybe get a little bit of insight into, number one, what I do, and number two, a little bit more of an insight into what's going on here in the music industry. Is it relevant? At least I hope so. So have a great week. It's Country Music Week, so enjoy, and we'll be back with you hopefully earlier tomorrow for another episode.